the quests, the ones that I edited, precisely, I told you yesterday, District, that when I edited the bots, so they were more, they're the least watched of my channel. And I did amazing kills and everything. Cormorant's the Invincible in Borderlands, 4-man raid, then I did the T-3000 in Hellgate London. It is true that Scud Race, yes, it was watched a lot. But it was so crazy that if people didn't watch that, I did a 60 laps endurance on hardest difficulty of an arcade machine there. If they didn't watch that, then then it was out of the question. So pretty much, as I said, no, I don't edit them. If it's a flaw in level design, I had no way to tell. You could see. Glass Plaza visited. Go look at the Sun Graveyard ship. But Medusa painful is on painful too. Yeah. Of course, I won't play it on level 37. No. Of course, that's the point. No. No. So I check this. Go take a look at the Gorgon statue. I can go through the other side. Damn it. The developers here, why, dude? Like it's as simple as having a common denominator. Move it. A common denominator in between them. Yeah, basically Medusa is the final boss of Atlantis region. Really? Gorga is the first. Oh fuck. Sure. No, the structure of the level design. Why do it like this? Like, even I got skipped it. But why? Why design? Why don't not have a common denominator? Why not have a common denominator? A common denominator like a single quest line and just update it. I don't understand why design the level design like this. It's like made on purpose so the player gets lost. Like, I can get it in World of Warcraft. Like, it's still a flaw. It's a flaw that I criticize about World of Warcraft. The Gorgons were our brothers or sisters or friends. Yeah, but besides District, I read the whole story of this region, and like the ending of Gorga seemed that you had fixed everything pretty much in the zone. You get what I mean? Like, it felt like you had solved everything. Like, you had solved everything pretty much. Like, it wrapped up the story in that sense, don't you? I read it entirely, and it felt like the story wrapped up. They were saved. I'm not stupid. They were saved by the end of Gorga's storyline. I don't know what the fuck they are trying to do then. So the Gorgons were our brothers, our sisters. Yeah, we dealt with them. They were fucking annihilated. Yes, I remember. I remember this shit. Until they turned on us. Atlantis sank despite all of our efforts. Today, a few of us remember our purple hours is a daily, our god's strength. Even the god, the whale, that whale, I remember that the whale was even saved and it appeared over at Lortak. I even remember that the whale was saved in that sense. Like, what the fuck? It's as simple as giving you the quest and updating it like in any MMORPG. Like, why is it that in here you have to actively search for it? How beautiful was Atlantis once. To honor our god, we built elegant dwellings, fine markets, and an exquisite palace. We found and polished the rarest and most beautiful of gems and brought them to the temple of great offerings. But resentment grew in the hearts of some of our citizens, no longer wished to serve and be quietly pious. They wanted to rule. Okay. Like it even wrapped up the story. The whale was saved. Moby Dick was saved in the the end of the Gorga storyline. I remember that Moby Dick here, that it was even saved. That Gorga had him prisoner because they were locked in an endless conflict. It was like that. Other ship. Atlantis was a great naval power. We navigated and dominated every ocean, treasure, and island. Eventually, the war between men and monsters forced us to drive loud. For good, the Gorgon Gate protects us from Dragon and his minions. Okay. Let's see. Inquire about the Gorgon statue. A revolt against the worship of our god split the people of Atlantis in twain. Those who worship the snake Gorga wish to discover the way to overthrow our god. This is what we did. This was a storyline. Enslave him. And enslave him to use his power as our own. With their urging and support, Gorga attacked our god, which caused... This is pretty much a recap. At Atlantis sank. Yeah, they were fighting from before. Okay, pretty much a recap of what we had done. Pretty much. Inquire about the petrified figures. The Gorgons were once our brothers and sisters, fellow Atlanteans. We lived and worshipped together. See the civil war tore families apart, cost many lives, and spilled. Why hide this from the players? This is absolutely criminal. If you want to prefer, yeah, swear it. Okay. I speak to the elder. Like, I remember there was even a boat here. Smile, says teacher. Like, I remember there was even a boat to go save the Moby Dick whale. In that sense, look at that, our lost brother here. It's the same as us, same year. Though knows perhaps more even than I do. A civil war was the catalyst for Atlantis submersion. The twice damned Gorgons, because he killed them twice, still strive to vanquish our god as they once vanquished us. But despite they're still living in the ruins, their victory is hollow as long as they do not know where we yet live and thrive, in the safety of Ashraya. They must never learn its location. It even gives you an achievement. This is cute. This is cute. I know, and there it finishes. It was just talking, then it has to be this one. It was just that one. It was just a quest about talking to them. Repeating. God damn it. God damn it. Didn't expect that one. That one hit hard. Give me a sec. A final quest line that just repeats the story that you do with Gorga and everything. Okay, and this should be like the second part of it. Okay. And now the second part starts, I presume. Okay. We are at least now more or less located in time and space. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's what I was mentioning to Phantom precisely. That why lock the quests like this behind a level cap? Why lock them behind a level cap? There, I will give you something for you to entertain with, the Guardian. Why lock it behind? This is a terrible level design choice, because then if the player wants to get killed, from the standpoint of the developer, if the player wants to get killed, let him get killed. Let him get killed. Maybe there's a fucking psychopath that actually survives and devises a good strategy for the rest of the player base. Why limit the players like that? If they want to be reckless, let them be reckless. Then they get killed. What's the problem? In that sense. Like, and the fact that the story is associated from one zone to the other is another. Alright, this one is a scale too painful. What the? Oh, this. Alright, we get MEDUSA's Gorgons that petrify me. Okay, right what I need here. Anyone who wants to die, please get to this hole. Nice. Yeah, I remember that those pools of acid, they were the worst shit I had ever seen. Damn it, Ambra's skill tree is brutal, because then they explode and they deal more area of effect damage to dispatch the mobs. Maybe I need to work on single target damage, but still, that sounds... Like, as long as I keep it up... Well, there, it stopped combat, so good. Also, another thing, people, I'm not using any potions for the bosses. What the... that clipping? Aha! Ah, I see. Harp of Time. Our hero found the Harp of Time. He must be very careful, for now he proceeds... His, then. I don't know what they are trying to say there was a translation error. May alter many people's past and future. Like, I think it's talking in third person. And, as is normally the case, those with great destinies will be tested. It's too late. Oceanus' poisoned children have already set their plans into motion. They've been manipulating destiny for centuries now. This is why the Harp of Time was invented when the world was still fresh and new. We must protect the old to allow the new to come to fruition. Defend the Harp of Time. Poison children are interfering. Okay, let's go. There's only one... People, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's only one direction where they can attack from. Like, precisely a defense mission. Giving it only one direction makes no sense. It's like a tower defense game in which enemies only come from one line. Like, look at this. It's a corridor. You should kill in one blow at 8 stacks. You fended off the attack wave. Nice. The poison children are in decline, and there's a trusted hero from the past who will help us keep them at bay. In the near future, this hero will understand what he has to do in the past. 3 out of 6. The poison children are planning a ritual to turn the strings of time to stone with their crystalline eyes. If we don't do something to stop them, the Harp of Time may fall silent, and our hero will never reach the old Atlantis. That might be the death of a god. The old Atlantis, people? This is interesting. Right there. And it leads me pretty much over there. Ah, it's over there. Yeah, it's in the same map. Perfect. Good. So, pretty much regarding the resource management that I was mentioning, this game has a quite interesting situation in which it scales the mana pool. Sorry, it scales the health pool, but it doesn't scale the mana pool. Not scaling the mana pool, contrary to what happens in Diablo 2, Titan Quest, Torchlight. We need to play Torchlight with the Synergies mob. I always wanted to try out that one with the Synergies mob. In that sense, because supposedly it turns the game into an endless semi, let's say. It's not online, but it gives it the structure of it gives it an end game. It gives it an end game. We need to play that one, Torchlight 2 with the Synergies mob. And Path of Exile. We need to try. We need to. I have the main story complete, so the Ender played it, so he can guide me there. I always wanted to return at least a bit to Path of Exile next year, maybe. The poison children turned their crystalline eyes upon the children and wrote the heart precious rhythm. temperament and strings must be retrieved, 3 elements, and the thieves who took them must be brought to justice before the song heart will beat again. The keeper of the harp may give you drops of eternity for your trouble. Uh-huh. I love how we are recovering the Underman that we spent with the 5 mighty spirit guards used to do the boss rush. In that sense. Alright, they paralyze you here. Good enemy variety there. Good variety of the attacks. In the meantime, people, I was mentioning that it's a quite curious solution, the one that this game does. Because it scales the health, but not the mana. The mana remains constant from level 1 to level 50 until you activate the Blood Mage, if you ever do. So in that sense, the traditional resource management of this game, the formula, remains constant up until level 50, let's say. Because of that, one second. Because of that, that leads me to my second talking point that I wanted to highlight today, as we get to the MEDUSA boss and we wrap and we finish this story in retrospective of Atlantis. The idea is that when you have a constant resource management until mid-game, then we had the discussion with Ambran and Ender and Axis that fateful day that they were the Polish Council, and they said, you are in the early game still at level 50. Mid-game starts at level 100, and I said, no, exactly 50 is exactly half of 100. At 100 you're already in the end game. But well, pretty much, regardless of that discussion we had, pretty much, in that sense, the direct consequence and the second talking point I wanted to highlight today, people, in terms of the analysis, is that when you have a constant cost for abilities up until mid-game, up until level 50, the direct consequence is that the gameplay is slower compared to something like Diablo 3. Find the harp's temperament in the northeast of the council hall. I think that's at the... I think that's at town. Yeah, because otherwise it would indicate it to me. Here. Okay, let's go. I have another problem. I don't know if you noticed, but the sound of the footsteps is still the same as in lore tag. I think it's fucking bugged. Like, if you pay attention, there it's working, but sometimes when I activate the tiger, the sound sample is the same as lore tag. So the direct consequence of having such a constant resource management until the mid game is that the gameplay is slower. Now, is that bad or good? No, it's not necessarily bad in terms of the gameplay mechanics of the game. I think we hope to go back to town. I know, the council hall. Northeast of the council hall. So it's like that zone, I presume. It's like at that zone. Yeah, I presume it's at that zone. Should be able to get to it. So that's the first direct consequence that I wanted to highlight. That the game has a slower pacing due to the resource management of it. And you could tell me, well, but then you will get more speed and you'll be able to kill them faster because of you'll get attack speed and everything. Yes, but all of that will be derived from the extrinsic portion of the framework of the stat system of this game. So, the eastern hall, northeast of the council hall, supposing this is the council hall. The harp's temperament. Maybe I have to kill some mob. So the activation of abilities is quite slow. If we establish a direct comparison with Diablo 2 or Titan Quest, you can see that in those games, well, in Titan Quest I use basic attacks, but it could be with abilities actually. But here it is. This one? Nope. Shit. The only other idea I can think about is that I have to summon the Sentinel of the Dungeon. Shit. Quest guidance has failed us. What the? Find the harp's temperament in the temperament by the temperamental Gorgon. The temperamental Gorgon, people? I wonder where it might be. Maybe we killed it before we could finish the quest in the dungeon? Could it be? But well, in terms of the analysis, people, what I was mentioning precisely, that this game has a slower resource management than the classic formula of Blizzard in Diablo 2 and especially Diablo 3, and that brings a lot of consequences. As I've said directly, the pacing of the activation of the abilities in this game is slower than in those, for example. That is not necessarily a negative aspect of it. The temperamental Gorgon. By the temperamental Gorgon, damn it, quest guidance is completely broken in here. It's completely broken, people. Like, I don't see any temperamental Gorgon. Maybe if I reactivate if I re-enter the dungeon, maybe if I re-enter the dungeon. Let me check. If I re-enter the dungeon. Let me check. By the temperamental Gorgon. We have to find the temperamental Gorgon, people. Yeah, it was broken. No, broken, no. I had killed them all, probably. Yeah, perfect. This game. Quest guidance cannot find. Okay, but now I got an interesting bit of information there. When quest guidance gets broken, it's generally because I kill them all. Ask to Jibelna Sharia. My fucking god. You're here to piss me off a bit more? No. There we go. Perfect. So, in terms of the analysis, having that constant, the game features a constant resource management that is directly affected by the skill tree. As you can see, from level 1 to 50 until I picked Blood Mage, my abilities had the same cost, and my mana, this is incredible. The mana is 100, still at level 50. And look at the health, the difference. It's scaled again there because because of the skill tree. There you can see. There you can see. Then I have to check. Hang on a second before we continue. Is there any talent here that increases my mana? No. See, this one maybe. This one. 1 mana. Conjure Distillation, 1 mana. Well, maybe I could have picked from here, but the difference would have been that drastic. Because at the end of the day, you would need to invest I wonder if you can invest a lot here to not pay with your health, the mana regeneration. In that sense. So yeah, pretty much. I wonder how it would work with this one. Because if the abilities then don't scale their cost, it would be quite interesting. Yeah, here instead it simplifies it because you only spend health, so it simplifies the usage of resources. Instead of having to care about 2, you have to care about 1. I see why Ambra picked that one in that sense, and why most must do the same. But pretty much that's the idea. You need drops of eternity to resurrect the Harp of Time. It's a good thing you are trying to save the Oracle Harp, for it is one of the so the skill tree is like split into 3 sections. Weird. Absolutely weird choice, but yeah. Which is one of my people's most prized treasures. Here, I wonder what drops of the elixir. Repair the song heart at the workbench and bring it to the Harp of Time. 4 out of 6. We're almost done. We'll have the boss fight soon. If it's this quest. So this is still part of the main story, and it's I know the workbench, people. I almost forgot about the workbench. Which one is it? Rhythm, temperament, strings, and the drops. They must be outside of the inventory. There we go. Magnificent. And we get the song heart. There we go. See, at least I learned how to do that, people, so far. In that sense. Let me check. See, it has the same footstep sounds of Lortak there. I don't know why they don't. They they didn't use different samples for the different songs. I thought they had done it, but since I went to Lortak, it got back like that. So it's incredible how a game, an isometric action RPG like this one, let me close it. There we go. Perfect. Good. Nice. That one there. There. Good. Nice. It's incredible how an isometric action RPG like this one, it scales the health but not the mana of it. I would love to see where the cost of the abilities is, because now I cannot see it anymore. It says 0 mana. Like, you pay in health, but you're not told how much you pay. I don't know if by increasing my health I'm actually reducing the resource management of the abilities. That's a great subtle question. If it's a variable cost or it's a constant one, like it was for the mana. Because if it's constant, then it makes a lot of sense increasing your health. If it scales, well, pretty much it will always be the same, regardless of how much health you have. In that sense. As for the rest of the resource of the influence of the skill tree on the resource management regeneration, I've been told that other classes don't work like this, but pretty much anyone watching this as a YouTube bot, you must know, place the song heart. You must know that the game uses a fixed constant value up until level 50, at least for the mage class. I don't know if the other ones work like that. Finally, the melody of I will get it for the final analysis when the past ends and the future begins. Then determine every point of the river of the turning for the metronome of times, or here must determine what to pave the way. What? Activate the 16 metronome tides with the tuning fork of the hours. Oh, nice. This is like Metroid Prime now. You have to activate 16. You have to find the 12 keys of Metroid Prime to proceed. Okay. Shouldn't take long. Oh, nice. I love this. That they. I say this unironically. I love when the game like does force you to do that kind of backtracking, like to pay attention to elements of the terrain that you didn't pay attention to previously. In that sense, the backtracking is good. I love how the original developers designed the story with everything, and the level scaling once the Chinese company took hold of it, like fucked it up so much that 99% of players will probably skip this shit. Like if I was actively trying to do it and skipped it because of that other terrible aspect that I said of getting the main quests locked because of your level cap. It's a terrible decision because it absolutely, first it disconnects the story in terms of the grandeur category of the analysis. It disconnects the story, like it feels disconnected. Like just updating a single quest for everything would have ensured that the player follows the storyline. The player follows the storyline of the game, and it actually serves a purpose. But like this, the story is dissociated, and on top of that, I know, but I will have to teleport to get out of here. And on top of that, besides having the story dissociated, getting the levels locked like this makes the few people who actually want to experience the story fall for the trap and skip it. And while it is true that a story is a secondary element in an isometric action RPG, is a secondary component, you think the game still looks good for a very old game in 2025? Says District. I judge the games according to the release date in which they were, but if you ask me specifically by modern standards, except for the textures of the faces, yes, the environment is well designed. For example, in Star Wars: Your Republic, they updated everything. I think the environment looks good. I think there's a disparity between the environment and the texture of the faces. I think the faces of the characters are the most dated component. And the animation, I analyzed it, District. Oh wait, yeah, I analyzed that part with the fireball animation. Where is it? Where is it? The fireball animation, pretty much. The fireball animation. Here, I'll get killed because of the area of effect damage. The fireball animation. I think it should have been. It's the one that required the most updating. Why? Because you can still see. I established this comparison. You know that I play World of Warcraft. Like, I do my tests in my own offline server. Okay, so I used a mod by a single modder, not a team of developers. That just like in this game, I'll show you. Where is the? I need the fireball. I need the fireball here for a second. Here for a second. I'll replace it there. Look at this. See that I can still see, if you look at the trajectory, you can still see the 3D model rolling as the tip of the fireball, right? Well, World of Warcraft had the same. Like, you can see the physical 3D model there. Okay, In modern games, generally you don't have a 3D model physically rolling physically rolling there. I think it was this one. Physical damage. No. Then maybe I can have the Guardian. I generally don't use that one. I will bring this one here that I don't use a lot, and I'll leave that one there. Anyways, I don't use it. There we go. The 3D model that you saw there. Well, yeah, you see the 3D model in World of Warcraft, my own offline server. Single modder, huh? Single modder. It's not in the official legacy servers, but a single modder just took out the 3D model and did like a stream of fire using the bloom effect, and it looks much better. And I think, for example, that is one of the most dated elements. The 3D model actually rolling. There, I would say that. The environment is what looks the best. It has a lot of vegetation and everything. I'm playing it on Ultra, pretty much, as I presume everyone does, as it's not a demanding game. I think the faces and the 3D model, but to be honest, I think Drakensang Online is a very unique game. It is. I think it's unique in a lot of senses. There, level up, nice. I think it's unique because of the period of time in which it was released first. The period of time. Because it tried to kind of like fix the damage. Basically, your character will be the same even if you play after 10 years. Yes, what I was mentioning about that constant resource management, the same goes for the skill tree. Yes, it's quite constant. It's quite constant. It doesn't have any drastic differences in that sense. For example, I think that's a quite interesting aspect. For example, another unique thing that I have been mentioning is that pretty much Ambra told me that the skill trees are designed for group play. Like, he told me that you only use this frost build. You use this frost build. You only use this frost build when you are playing solo. That pretty much if you play with other players, like the elemental damage complements. It gets complemented by the other classes in a sense. Positive aspects, negative aspects. I would say that having only one sequential skill tree is a terrible flaw. I don't know what you think, District. I think the fact that only the Frost skill tree has a sequential rotation damages the abstract complexity that the potential that it could have had. Imagine if all of the skill trees were individually like the Frost one, like one ability that affects the damage of the other ones. It would have given it a lot of variety, because otherwise I presume everyone uses this one as it have no season resets. Basically, your character will be the same even if you play after 10 years. Okay, I skipped the previous one. It has no season resets. Yeah, that's what the formula of Diablo. There are items that can increase points in ice skills, making them stronger, or skill damage, but like, is there any item that can make the fire skill tree behave like the frost skill tree? In other words, making it viable, because if we have a sequential skill tree that enhances damage and this one that is like the ability, yes, there are. Okay, then I will love to. So they depend on an extrinsic element to the stat system and the skill tree, the viability of the sequential rotation here. Like activating the fireball enhances the damage of the meteor. Something like that. Something like that exists, but it's an external element. There is a cloak for fire build and a jewel, and it causes a sequential rotation. Causes one ability to affect the other one, okay. And 1 hour, and one hand and offhand for fire. Okay. 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 It changes the fireballs. Okay. Instead of 1, you attack with 3. Okay, that should definitely be part of a skill tree. Why make it an extrinsic element? That should be part of a skill tree. A passive of a skill tree. In that sense. I think it should be a passive of a skill tree. As it gives more variety to it, more abstract complexity. Like putting everything on the extrinsic element of the loot limits the choices of players. Like they have to farm for that cloak. The path of the hero is clear. You must follow Medusa into the past, whose magic can control the harvest and give her the melody to show you the way. Speak to Jabal in Asharia. Okay. I presume that then we have to come back here. I will teleport. Okay, so see, I named that precisely. Instead of attacking with 1 fireball, you attack with 3, so it multiplies the damage basically. If that was incorporated as part of the skill tree, that would have added a lot of complexity to it. Image. Okay. Good. We are already making use of the new stuff. Watch the image of the item. Perfect. So we're already making use of the affiliate fixes to the channel, because at the end of the day this is a fix. Aha! Unbreakable Magma. It's a cloak. Deals the damage, it gives you the critical, it gives you the health. Unique value, that is unique ability. Fireball fires a double fireball instead of a normal fireball. Each fireball deals 75% damage. There is a bit mistranslated. It deals 75 damage of a normal fireball. It deals a bit less of damage, and it multiplies it. Okay. Okay. Okay, it gives you 2, then. Fires a double one. Gives you 2, and lowers the damage to 2. Okay, to 75 of the total 100. And this is the jewel. And this one gives you, we should give you 1 more. Usable in an item with slots. Each successful hit with fireball has a 15% chance to deal 150 base damage. It amplifies it to all enemies within 5 yards of the attacked enemy. Okay, so it multiplies and expands, but then, okay, so there's a way to make it somehow viable, even if it's not the most optimal. But why? That's the problem. Why is there such a huge disparity between the intrinsic value, let's say the intrinsic damage potential that the frost branch of the skill tree can do, and the fire one that depends on the... I'm telling you why everyone is playing ice. Indeed, well, it's a flaw by the developers then. I'm telling you why everyone is playing ice. No, it's a flaw by the developers. It's a flaw by the developers at that point. Why not make... If they were all balanced, there would be more variety, and you would all come back to the game as players to say, now this build is viable, and there would be a competition between players. Which is the best build? Let's see if this one is better, and they would go improving slowly and everything. Items are uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, unique, and mythical. Yeah, but the dependency. It has such a huge dependency. Medusa forced the harp to take her to the passageway, so there would no be, but we need to follow Medusa here, or take the melody. For it's a flaw. It's a flaw. It's a flaw. Like, why make only one of them like that? And the moment Ice has the only mythical set, then the other ones don't have the highest mythical set. Is the so the other ones don't have the highest. On top of that, the other ones don't have the highest rank of gear. No, it can't be. You're telling me this for sure. Isn't there a mythical fire set or lightning set at all? Only frost. Yep, the other ones don't have. No, no, no. Only ice. Yes. Nope. Damn it. No. Yeah. Well, I can tell you this. That's a critical flaw in any isometric RPG. I could, with some simple fixes. I'm not an I'm not an expert, but I've reviewed a lot of games, and I can tell you that if it was like I'm telling you, it would bring a lot of people back to the game because it will give it a variety that it doesn't have. It was like that from the beginning, like since 1.0, all the time. They have to introduce more mythical sets for each element, in my opinion. Well, or at least that would be like a fast patch solution, like the minimum effort. No, I would say that they would need to rework the skill trees, the elemental portion of it. The other one is okay. This one is as simple as fireball increases the damage of meteor, or the other way around. I don't know. Guardian of Flames. I love how it increases its own damage. Like, not creating a sequential rotation. Guardian of Flames increases the damage of meteor. I don't know. Or I don't know. Force the players that if they select one skill tree to lock them to it, so you cannot switch with Frost in that sense. But no, they need to add a sequential rotation here, and here, like that. That would be the ideal solution, as I would suggest. But the minimum, what you are saying, introduce the highest rank of sets, because then that is like the developer telling you, use this skill tree. The other ones are useless. That destroys the variety. All players roll that one, like you said. Yeah, like, it destroys the variety. In PvP, it must be even more brutal. In PvP, it must be even more brutal. Because all mages are frost. Mages. Or, well, even the other class that Flying Energies told me that it was extremely OP. Ambra also told me that the warrior kills everyone. Yep. Well, all the mages must be frost, and everyone must roll the same dragon class even. Okay. Yeah, it's a problem of balance. A severe problem of balance, if you ask me. PPR mages, PPR, the mages are frost. Okay. Yeah, and all solo mages. Only if you are in a group in a specific dungeon. Yeah, the mythical set for Dragon Knight is broken for months and it's not fixed. You get one shot in PvP. Okay, no, well, okay, so it's dominated by the extrinsic portion of the stat system. I'm beginning to see the problems with this, the bigger flaws of it, in that sense. So the gear that they release at the highest possible tier is basically broken for a single class as well. Okay, and in terms of the skill trees, they are also question and more, but we will have a level 110 expansion and more new. No, yeah, that is urgent. It's the minimum hot fix solution that they can do, because you're you're telling me. Imagine that if in Star Wars: The Old Republic, I imagine it, we have two DPS builds for the sorcerer. I can imagine if you have the top, or the other option. You know what it is, District? Remove the special effects from gear altogether. That gear only provide, but tomorrow we celebrate. Okay, but remove the special effects from the gear altogether. That would be my old school solution as well. Remove them altogether. They are just vessels for stats until, and then rework the skill tree to make all of them sequential. That one would be amazing. That one would be amazing. You know how we celebrate? By expanding the inventory in my case, but it will be next week. You told me I have 30 days. How you celebrate? Killing each other in PvP. Going to the stream of the developer and telling him, finally, we love you. You are no longer the certain creature of the forest. Spamming the Discord with with messages by calling the devs the creature of the forest, the monkey. On anniversary day, let me tell you what they did. They banned you all. They banned you all because that probably violates the policies of sensitive channels of Twitch, and they enforce the channel rules and ban you all and send you all to hell. In that sense, our hero knows the melody of physics has the power to change the destiny of one of the gods. Sadly, none of these actions will grant for Ocean Stream will have made the decision. What? No, please tell me it doesn't end here. Listen to the harp of time traveling back in time above the water. Like alright, so the community calls the devs that they are the creature of the forest. Indeed, that they are the creature of the forest. They are someone. You know, I told you anniversary have the best weapon in game to farm, and is unique quality weapon. Yeah, the winter cape or something like that. You told me that you were all farming for it. District. That you were all farming for it. District. Patrick was doing that as well. Yeah. I told you anniversary have the best weapon in the game to farm, and it's unique quality weapon. Now they introduce a recipe to upgrade the anniversary weapon to mythic, basically making it even stronger. And trust me, it's basically impossible to upgrade it. The devs are so monkeys, it's actually insane. They need to remove those special effects. The gear needs to be like, they need to be vessels for stats, and that's it. It would revert back to what the game originally was, probably. Our hero has traveled deep into the past to a time that has been altered by MEDUSA's antic, and it's just for Liverpool. Future is unknown. Look for Jibile in the Sacred Oceanus. Oh, you in the MEDUSA map Empress. Okay, it's over here. Oh fuck, it's enormous. They are all Gorgons in here. They are probably going to stun me or some shit. Anyways, don't worry, it scales. It's at 57. It's always 5 levels above me, apparently. Or maybe it's just a natural level that it increased. Hi, Soup Ambra! How you doing, Ambra? Ambra, your skill tree is magnificent. Today, we did a boss rush that here District asked me to do, and your build and Patrick's wisdom skill tree got anniversary event in 11 hours. Yeah, District was mentioning that and calling the devs that they are the monkeys that we don't know. In that sense, yes, I knew that would be like it. I will be able to expand the inventory there, right? Next week, on Tuesday, I'll be able to do it. Yeah, impossible to make the weapon mythic. Yeah, he was precisely discussing those things, Ambra. Precisely. What do you mean? Like, expanding the inventory, in that sense. I will be able to expand the inventory with the anniversary there. Or maybe you told District. Maybe you told District. Ambra, I was going to ask you. You didn't saw the leaks. Ah, well, it is so hard to farm those ingredients. They did that to me with Star Wars: The Republic in the last update. You need to do an operation. It is true. Ah, you don't have the ingredients to craft them. I see. That happened to me with Star Wars: The Republic. Leaks? Well, it's already on test server. What the fuck? Yeah, okay. Perfect. What ingredients? 7 amethyst, 13 star shards, 50 bale. By the way, I don't know about the non-Baroque items. complex stuff that Ambra, by the way, but from Baroque they drop as normal. By the way, Ambra, just in case, there's an overwhelming Polish majority of viewers in the channel. Hope you are happy. Now we have 4 Polish viewers in the channel. We have 4. You are majority. But from the Baroque drop is normal. My friends have already have 4, some 6 stars. I just hope it's not the crazy guy that he mentioned that plays with 2 or 3 monitors on several accounts. Poland is taking over that channel. Yeah, my channel is taking over. So you have the. I'll have to learn Polish at this rate. Ambra is taking over that channel. Indeed. That channel, my channel is being taken over. It's four of you. Oh god, fucking damn! The drop rate. No, what the fuck? It's the weapon that you are discussing is 0.50, and for 1 farm entry you have to spend 9k Underman. Even one of my friends will go broke. 0.5 drop chance district for an ingredient. 2.5 minutes of Undermans. 0.5 drop chance district. I got that right. I don't care what it is, the details of it. Yeah, they made the amethyst farmable only with 90 Underman per run. You have to pay that to enter the dungeon, if I get it right. And 0.5 drop chance by the boss of the dungeon. Yes. 0.5 to drop it, by the way. And it's a single mob in a dungeon that drops it. That's yes. Fuck. I've never seen that in my life. It's a boss. The mythic anniversary weapon. It's a boss. Okay. You just want the normal one. Same. What on the fucking earth? 0.5? And here's the boss probably. No, that's brutal. No. What you are telling is brutal. I'll just farm 20 million unders for the next event. Lol. 0.5. The boss of a dungeon. Wow. Well, it's not that hard. No, well, Ambra, I don't know what boss it is. He said 0.5 chance. 0.5. In Star Wars: The Old Republic, the highest tier of the formula that creates the crafting, just to have a comparison. It's a warranted drop if you beat the raid. It's like 1 per 8 people of the raid, but in 8 times you get it if you have a raid group. If you have IPS, you can easily get it. I mean, unders per week. No, but 0.5 drop chance is random. It could never happen. It could never happen to you. You understand? It's 0.5 chance. It could never happen even if you farm 24 hours a day. The problem is the chance. In Star Wars, just so you have a reference, basic reference, what you are saying is crazy. In Star Wars: The Republic, highest tier of crafting formula for the best augments, which are the mods for the gear that give you better stats. It's a warranted drop per raid. It's a warranted drop per raid, and you can switch characters and do, I don't know, millions of raids, a dozen raids per day, and true, it's 1 per raid, and the raid is 8 people. I'm not talking about the amethyst. No, Eraser, I'm not talking. I don't know, since the Chinese company took over the game. I'm talking about the premium currency, the Andamas. You know, I know, but he said anyways that the drop rate is 0.5 of the thing that he needs, the object. The amethyst drop rate is 0.5. For 1 farm entry, you have to spend 9k. Okay. The premium currency, yes, 0.5. Still, it's crazy. It's crazy. No, Ambra, it's crazy. It's crazy. Well, Jules also have a 0. It's crazy, Ambra. It's crazy. No game has that shit. No game has that shit. And they are not impossible to get. Well, no, but 0.5. It's just pricey. Well, 0.5 drop rate. It can never happen. Yeah, they're not impossible. Yeah, no, well, but it's a lot for the economy of any online game. Just have that reference. It's a lot for the economy of. Then I'm not gonna go for it. This event. It's like But the next event is easy. In that sense. No online Western online game has those drop rates. Huh? If you know of any. I don't know of any. Once per event, you can prepare. You can buy 3 amethysts guaranteed for 420k undermanned. I'm just gonna come prepared. They change it. I thought it was 3. Okay. Let me get to the boss. So this one. Let me secure the area. Let's go. By the way, Ambra, as I was telling you at the beginning, your build, today we did a boss rush at the beginning, and we are still have one more boss here to do. Your build is amazing. They changed it? Okay, so your build is amazing. I kept those stacks up as much as I could, and it definitely paid off. 16k for Underman Farm. Perfect. I love that like this I can provide like like a hardcore chat over there and my noob chat here when I'm doing the bosses at low level. Like we cover both ends of the spectrum in that sense. Oh, you meet game. Oh well. Yeah. So I definitely need the weapons. Oh. No, he has several characters as far as I can tell. You were endgame 2 years ago. But sold it, not gonna lie. NGL. But I sold it. No, he's playing since you said 2012, 2013, something like that. 2012, 2013, something like that. He was playing something crazy like that. Was it like that? I think could be. Was it like that? That Ender also asked you the other day. Yeah, people do this. Many sell the accounts, then they return. Is a nostalgia. Yeah. I was saying. I proposed this crazy idea some minutes ago. Precisely, I would take out all of the special effects from the gear. I would make the gear just a vessel of stats. And then I would rework all of these skill trees to add the complexity there intrinsically rather than extrinsically. I'm spending the amounts of money I was doing on my own account. So yeah, I think that would potentially do it. Time traveling Javax Shaman. These developers not worth anymore. I am interested in the part district that you mentioned, that you actually call them monkeys in their faces and they do not ban people. In that sense, that they celebrate that you celebrate doing that, and they don't ban anyone over at the official chat. Like having them calling you monkeys in the face, having your own audience call you monkeys in the face when you release the update, and not banning them, Like it's an outlier in the huge landscape of Twitch, in that sense, especially in an official like developer chat. Eraser, when the community manager doing live stream devs, you have no idea what it is. In their whispers, they show them. They never ban people XD. Oh damn it, the situation is worse than I thought. You are telling me I have few friends that use the bots and they're living freely, like to get the account. Ah, that they weren't banned. Okay. Shit, no, god damn it. Like, in their whispers, and they don't ban the accounts. They don't even give a shit about that. I'm Jabal, guardian of the Oracle and member of the Council of Atlantis. The Council recently committed an act of treason against our god, and consequently war has broken out against brother against brother. Please help us. If the Oceanum is destroyed, all hope will be lost. Their whispers are like, well, all of the banned words of the channel. Yeah, precisely. BSBBXD. Yeah, it's probably all the banned words of the channel district that I had to add. XD. Yeah. They are all the banned words of the channel that I had to stop because yeah, I didn't want to. Their whisper, and they show their whispers publicly. They are stupid enough as to show them publicly. They don't care about. They show them publicly. All of the we can imagine the Ilsons people. Yes, they like do this, like they grab like this and do this, like they show you they do this. They show you their live stream. You can't do anything. She was laughing. She did. Like they do this, and they show you or the whispers even, because the whispers are also shown in that sense in the account. She was laughing. She did. You can do anything in one. To be honest, she was like, "What the fuck?" the emotes are. She was laughing. The in-game whispers, not Twitch. Ah, like the account, like the account itself. Even worse, like grabbing the account. Okay, and laughing at them. Okay. So she's like a. Okay, yes, okay, like a drama queen. Like she, well, not like a drama queen. She doesn't give a shit. Defend the column. Like if I show you the account entirely, the whispers, for example, that I have with people. Okay. Doesn't give a shit. Indeed, then I feel. Listen, district. If they allow it, then do it. No, Ambra. You want to lead a revolt. You want to lead a revolt, and besides, you want to replace the devs as you told Ender the other day. You want to destroy it from the inside. Yours is a quite evil plan in that sense. They don't care about their employees. They don't care about the game. Just do anything you want. The Wild West, no. No one who plays Drakensang is happy about the dev team at the moment. Yeah, I understand that. But he wants to lead a revolt district because you don't know. He is a developer and he tries to destroy the game from inside. He was doing something like that. Besides, he mentioned it to Ender the other day. Check out the stream on Tuesday. By the end, they were discussing it. It's pay to win after pay to win after pay to win. Then I ask you, use the... No. Cole Bella... I cannot even tell the word. No. I think it's what we do when we poop, people. And more pay to win changes an event. XD, you are making use of all of the banned words of the channel altogether, people. They don't have it banned like this, the words. They don't have this. Like, I'm a single miserable streamer, and they don't use this. No, that's not the word I mean, Eraser. Not the poop. Shield. No, it has to be 4 words. Well, okay. Well, okay. They don't even ban the words like this. They don't even ban the fucking words like this. Like basic moderation of the channel. Like Bella, her name is Bella. You know that what that name means in Spanish. We'll send you on Discord a whisper when she did that last live stream 1 month ago, so you can see. But over at Discord, District, you have my account is Eraser. It's Eraser, my account. It's Eraser. You can send it there. You will have to add me as friend, because otherwise how you get the name of the account? It's Eraser. Yes, I'm on your... Okay, well... Okay. You're driving me crazy. You're driving me crazy because it was like one... Come back and forth. Okay. You're in the server. No, don't put it publicly so everyone sees the insult. Send it to me through private whisper. No. I don't know the person, but I support you in all of the bad things that they are doing, but no, I wouldn't like to... thumbs up, yes, send it as a... That's that. Without the insult, yes, on the main Hall of Analysis, no problem. But listen, District, they aren't forbidding anything. No, but Ambra, just do anything you want. He said, I cannot imagine, Ambra, what you do to them. Besides, there's the irony that the name Bella, you know that it means like it's beautiful in Spanish, right? You know that, right? It's a Spanish name, Bella. It's like you're like beautiful. It means the name. I don't know if you know it. I don't know what it names, both in Polish or Romanian, but in Spanish it means beautiful. That's the worst irony of it, in that sense. And she's driving you all crazy. Okay. I see that it's deeper than I thought. Well, she might be beautiful to some. Yes. Ambra. Yeah. In that sense, the Polish Council is active today. The Polish Council has been active this week. Yesterday, an old Polish viewer of the channel returned to talk with me about politics once again. Pilo. I'll have to learn Polish, people. She's just not. I'll just have to learn Polish at this rate, people. Huh? They are way too strong in this channel. I bet that in Drakensang Online the same, but in the case of Pilo, he was from when I played Spellforce. In that sense, it's a series of coincidences. And I had another Polish viewer, the fifth one, when I played Sacred 2, but he hated me because, well, I said I was against the People's Party of Europe, and he couldn't take it in that sense. Image, all right, District can already look at the image, okay. Okay, let me check it out. I'm still trying to, like, they don't have even the basic. I see. No, I see. Nice. I love you. And she also streams. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Love you. Well, time to show new skill tree. Nice. Yeah, those are probably bots or the same people of the streams. And look, wait a second. Are those just the follows, or is it also? They publicly display the comments. They publicly display all the comments, like on like it remains recorded for the rest of the stream. They display the comments. They use the ghost chat. That is done with ghost chat. I don't do it precisely because of these things. So the YouTube viewers don't. They display the comments publicly. The purple whispers. Yeah. Yeah. No. Doing that. No. Stop attacking me. It's the smaller ones. The smaller ones. Hang on, Umbra. I want to see them. Now I read it. They publicly publish the. Hang on, I need to see it because I use my TV as my second screen. Ah, now I see them. All right, they are auto-moderated on the private account. Okay. Sorry. Okay. They are auto-moderated in the whispers instead, and they display the private whispers there. And they just don't give a shit about the game. Okay. No, okay. No, okay. I see what Flying Energies was commenting to me the other day. I just have to be honest. Well, the person in question is stupid, acts like knows everything, promises things she just can't make come true. Her contact with the dev team is almost equal to 0. The IQ is low as fuck. She agrees with the devs that something is impossible to implement instead of saying this, our team is still getting to know the engine. We still don't know how to implement it either way. True, you know what is funny? The community could make level 55 easily if they would allow people to do it. I was mentioning it that the ultimate fate, it was to you, District, that I think the ultimate fate of this game, I've seen this with World of Warcraft. If it happened to the behemoth of MMORPGs, it will happen to this one. A lone modder will design classic servers and it will be game over for these people. And the ones that are praising publicly on the chat, on the official chat, because that's a business account that directly, because it represents a company. It's not like me just streaming saying my analysis, and she uses the account of the company. Literally want to reverse engineer this fucking server. Well, precisely. That's what happened with World of Warcraft. It will happen. It will happen. The second that happens, it will be game over. It will be game over. It will be game over, because then if a single one deduces the calls between the client and the server, it's game over. The second that happens, it's game over. The second a single developer, a single open source developer cracks open the calls between the server and the client, it's over, because then the person will share it privately through Discord, through whatever the fuck, through Reddit, even publicly, I don't know, and it's game over. And it's game over through GitHub. Directly create a repository. They take down the repository there, and 100 more emerge, and at that point, it's impossible to control. It's what will happen. I have my prediction, people. That's what is going to happen. Have you lost your way, stranger? This case in China? No, but displaying your private whispers with using an account company is unprofessional. No. Besides that, besides everything, and the ones that are like praising this, I wish you had private server for Drakensang. I miss the old. No, well, Patrick as well, and I bet Ambra as well. Yeah, I understand you all. I understand you all more than what you can imagine, because Star Wars: Your Republic, I would love to have pre-3.0 servers. It's been my wish a long time, and it will never come true, I think. So that's why I was mentioning to you, Ambra District, why not try out other offline games that you have more control about them? I don't mean that you don't keep trying to save Drakensang and all of that, but at least have like a back row to fall back to until the source code is cracked open. I suggest you Diablo Media and Excel, Titan Quest. They cannot. I know that Ambra, you like making a private server is one of the things, but getting back the level 55 is a different level, a lot harder without open source. No, indeed. First it will be like the current version, and then you would start. You would need the client from back then. In that sense, no, it's the worst part of software development, doing those things. Not to mention, Ambra, I know that at this point you don't care. Not to mention, but as a lawyer, at least I can tell you that that is not precisely a clean activity in most countries. I know that you don't care, and etc. But just know that. Just as lawyer, I just tell you, it's be careful. I know it is a not perfectly clean act. Okay, well, no, that like that. You know, like for example, I cannot stream those things. What if you in Russia has no copyright laws and the principle they can do it? Yes, because of the principle of territory of international law that you have to that you depend on the law on the country in which they do it. If I were going to do it, would be releasing it. I would just need to send it to break. Well, don't say it here, Rambra. Keep it as a secret. Keep it as a secret. I wouldn't like then that they for some reason uh, they were stupid for a lot of things, but they were intelligent enough as to as to catch any, you know, doing it in absolute secrecy in that sense. That's how it happened with World of Warcraft. Still game well. And again, Medusa is to win the powers of Drakensang Atlantis. So, guys, you need games to fall back to. You need games to fall back to. I don't know how you didn't like Path of Exile, both of you. I think I asked both of you. I don't know how you didn't like Path of Exile. The Ender, for example, likes Path of Exile. I don't. I cannot tell how you don't like Path of Exile. It has the best dev team ever. Public version of Drakensang. He's the top developer. Drakensang online. Alright, I won't read it, Ambra. I won't read it. I better keep all of that. I'll try to protect you, keeping those secret. In that sense. Yeah, yeah. No, I cannot read it. I won't even read it. No, no, Ambra, no. Holy, no. I won't even read it. I won't even read it. I won't even read it, people. We continue with the analysis. No, I would suggest you all. I cannot understand how you two don't like Path of Exile, honestly. It was made for you too, Path of Exile. Or Diablo 3, even. Well, District liked Diablo Immortal, but Diablo 3 and Path of Exile, how is it that you two don't like it? By the way, Ambra, just in case, um I am deploying, now that the channel hit affiliate, I am giving VIP badges. I have a limited amount for those who would like it, so you can post links in chat. For those of you who post links in chat frequently, I have that VIP badge. If you would ever like one, you tell me, as you've been extremely active always in chat. So no problem at all. Just tell me. In that sense. That way I am filtering the bots precisely that attack my channel. Alright, I had trouble sending links lately. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that I remembered I told you to do the trick. Okay, then... No, they are blocked in my channel to default users. The ones of you that chat a lot and share links of Steam games or whatever you'd like, pretty much I'm giving them the VIP badges. So yeah, I remember you tried to give me some links and probably you stopped because they were blocked. So stay right there. Don't move, Umbra. Don't move. I'll give you the... Don't you move. It's Umbra underscore soulless. I'll give you that. And with that we will have 5 out of 10. Pretty much. Give me a second. I'll give you that because I remember you also tried to send some links once. The one about the guy that played OSU, the game that you liked, like crazy. So something for anything similar to that. Or anything similar to that, since you also have been chatting a lot. You're always active, and you have those, same as Patrick. I will add. I think it's this one, your profile picture with the dark circle right there. Yeah, this is you, I think. I hope I'm not giving this. Alright, there we go. 5 out of 10. We'll stop for now with this 5. You 5 are the most active. Besides Patrick that stay with me until the end, the day of the day in which I became affiliate as well. Patrick as well there. And then I can give it down. Okay, no, I don't want to risk anything. By the way, Razor, you can grant roles by typing exclamation beep Umbra or mon. Okay. Okay, perfect. Like that I can assign them without looking into the window. I do it manually. Perfect. Okay. Magnificent. You can grant beeps or mods that way. Alright, so the exclamation mark and the role that I want to assign to the person. Okay. Then I have to... Yeah, perfect. Magnificent. Perfect. So I still have to do the subscriber badges, the subscriber emotes. I have to revamp the offline screen of the channel with the updated time zone. You can only grant Redactor the old way. Redactor? What the fuck is a Redactor? Moderator? No. What the fuck? Okay. No, don't worry. Anyways, I still have few of them. In January of next year, I think it will unlock another set of badges. With them. XD. No! This trick is clean, Ambra. Don't corrupt him. Don't corrupt him if he's clean, Ambra. Don't corrupt him with that stuff, Ambra. Don't corrupt him. Don't corrupt him. Then he will get into trouble and he will hate you and we'll all have a problem. Because then if he specifically gets banned, for using those things, he will remember you, and then it will be bad for all of us. Yeah, but I'm telling you one thing: so many bots in Kunja is crazy. That's why don't corrupt him if he's clean. Don't corrupt him; he's crazy. No, yeah, I figured it out. Well, in Star Wars: The Old Republic, they destroyed all of the bots. Like, there was a period of time in which they would send messages in chat and everything, and they were annihilated. I remember back in the day, like Electronic Arts annihilated them. Like it banned until the last of them. Bro, some guy lately saw my friend next to Q5. You're cooked. No, nothing will happen. No. Guys, instead of going through all of these, why wouldn't you play a similar game to this one? In that sense, I know that District has done it, but Ambra, why not play a similar game? Wouldn't it make your life happier? Don't you think? It would make your life happier? I was telling District the other day that I recommend so many games to people as I do variety, and you are a challenge to me. And you're a challenge because of your love for Drakensang, to expand the horizons. You're a challenge. To farm the cubes. Like it's a challenge, because the day you try out another game, you will feel that you had to deal with these crazy devs all this time when you could have been a happy individual playing Diablo 2, Minion XL, Pass of Exile, Titan Quest, Nox, Torchlight, I don't know, many more of them. Nah, I'm staying with Drakensang, but you are unhappy by the devs. You are unhappy by the devs. You are unhappy. You are waiting for a reverse engineered server, which is like, I'm just playing my way. Okay, I don't know. It's what I suggest to you, of course. I suggest you try them. You can try old school Diablo, Path of Exile even, and just don't worry, Razor. I'll be happy soon. I don't want to ask why, Ambra. The power of the Polish Council is just it can go through any direction. No, I'm telling it to you because like playing different games makes you use different parts of the brain. I'm getting good. No, shit. But you're not even playing like that. What's the enjoyment out of it? You're not even playing. It makes me sad. Make me sad for you. I feel sad for you because the devs ruined the game for you. Like you will put in all of the effort to develop that, and really you are not enjoying being a player at the end of the day. And then when a lot of years pass, you will have to go to university, and it will take you a lot of years to get out, and you will have to go to a job, and you played only the game when you had other options that could have made you happy. In that sense, you know, it makes me feel bad that because of the stupid developers, like you cannot enjoy it, and you are like trying to make the impossible possible when there are solutions, recommendations that I do. Maybe in university I'll finally get better at reverse engineering. Yeah, that's why. But you won't have time to play games for the sake of enjoying a game. When you could be. And you'll see beautiful private servers. You are going to do the career just to fuck them up, Umbra. No, do it for personal pleasure. Yeah, no, it's the thing that at least as your secondary game, it will at least make you happy in between, because I feel bad that you're clearly not happy with the current situation of the game. I don't mean abandon it 100%, but like have two, like I do, like one game, another one, other genres, for example. Yeah, to fuck them up. That's my no, 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 Umbra, no. You get obsessed with revenge. This is like in Naruto, when Sasuke goes to kill his brother Itachi. This is like that. It's like that. It's like when Sasuke is obsessed with vengeance and he ends up having a terrible life, and when he fulfills his vengeance, it doesn't fill him. This is a story of vengeance. In that sense, your love for the game must have been great. I understand it, but just so you have something to distract your mind as you, well, fulfill your vengeance, I guess. There's nothing I could do to persuade you, but yeah, in that sense, to like expand the horizon and see other perspectives of what you could do. And to be honest, I'm not sure if well, dealing with the server files from a server wouldn't be easier. No, Umbra, please, no, please, no, please, no, you'll get yourself in trouble. No, that would be physically, that would happen physically. No, please, no. If someone does it, not you, please, no. No, no, because then you'll get in trouble. Worry about your own well-being. Be happy. The best vengeance, Ambra, in life. Have you ever heard the phrase that the best vengeance in life is having a good life? It's having a good life. It's having a good life yourself. Because otherwise, if the existence of the object of your vengeance makes you miserable, it's like accomplishing its purpose. You know, if the devils manage to make you miserable, and then even get in trouble, you are like giving them like the pleasure of ruining everyone in your life. In that case, everyone's life and your life in the process. In that case, don't do it. Don't do that. You are giving them the pleasure. Once you go to university and you get software development jobs, maybe you will forget about it. In that sense, you'll have money if you develop all that software that you're brilliant. That I saw that you could code in assembly and a lot of things. You'll have a good life there, and you will. And there, that's where you might remember me. That try other games and be happy. In that sense, that is your solution. And then, if someone does a reverse engineering, in that sense, then, well, yes, you have your own offline server and that's it. I'm playing this shit, bro, I won't forget about it. I'm playing this shit since 2013, but it's causing you damage. Don't you love yourself more than the game? Soup. Yeah, it's District. He was here before. Yeah, he's. But it's making you miserable. It's making you miserable. Anniversary cake can drop amethyst. Star shard, well of dreams. I tell it because it makes me feel bad that the game causes you a pain like that. If it's painful. Okay, well, I don't know. At least consider my words. Consider my words. Consider my words, Sam. That maybe for the future, not for now. Maybe not for now. For now, maybe you want to deal with it, but maybe in the future, don't forget. It's not forgetting. It's like, for example, Umbra. Because my friend opened, like, for example, Umbra, for example. Yesterday, District here is a witness. Yesterday I had a viewer from Poland that I had an argument with. For example, pretty much, and he unfollowed the channel, like, without telling me that, and anything at all. And yesterday we discussed. And he and the first thing that I said, well, no harsh feelings, and that's it, and I welcome him back to the channel. What I tell you by that is that don't let it ruin your happiness. In that sense, don't let it ruin your happiness, because otherwise they achieve their purpose. It's sad when you have so many. There are so many games to try out that you would love and get even more in love with than this one. Oh well, for the future, just maybe keep it in the back of your head. You and anyone else in general. The same for Patrick and Phantom and everyone. Keep it in the back of your head that maybe there's a probability. In that sense. I can't even read those. It's not that I'm not reading your messages, you two. It's just that I'm deliberately not posting anymore. Than what it is. That sounds. If it was up, we should be close to Medusa by now, huh? Breaking the paywall. There we go. Defeat was up the Jasab Jaman. Wait, what? Here? Give me a second. No, read Ambra's message. You want me to read it specifically? The part about buying something. But I have troubles breaking the paywall. I mean, I have the files for that. No, read the messages. Yeah, no, but if you're about the bot, about this stuff you're thinking about buying. I mean, I have the files for that BK. You have trouble breaking the paywall. Yeah, that talk about mythic. Okay, the money open only 20 times right here. Yeah, it's about the part of the non-human element that like being commercialized to the public. Yeah, that part, pretty much. No, I read them. I'm reading them all. It's just I also don't want him to get in trouble, District. I also don't want him to get in trouble because then maybe by chance of fate, I know that you two trust that it won't happen, but maybe by chance of fate, the devs read him and makes the situation even worse in this lonely chat of the internet. No, in that sense, it's also for his own protection. In that sense, I know that you will say that no, they're never going to do something, but in any case, it won't be my fault if precisely the developers are wishing that. No. In that sense, no. I read them all, and I always he knows that I precisely appreciate it a lot and everything, but I don't want him to get into trouble. In that sense, then the chat is erased after 15 days is different, but if I read it, it gets recorded over at YouTube. I know if in that sense, what I say. That's why I don't have like the dev chat, like they have it, like it displays the messages for things like this, like so it doesn't display and you can chat there like a bit more privately. Yeah, you should clear the chat here. In that sense, if I clear it, it will even be in the recording. Anyways, I should. But even so, here I will do so. You two tell me if it works. Yeah, I don't want to get him in trouble. In that sense, none of you, and not even me as well. Let's clear it once. There we go. Yeah. So we protect that. Yeah. That's why I'm not reading the messages. I read them, but I don't say them out loud. So it's not recorded over at YouTube. He laughs. Yes, Ambra, no, but you are. See that District and I, we both care about it. We are aware of the situation. There we go. We had to protect him from a boss fight here. Good guard there from the tank. It's still recorded in the. Then if you'd like, I can. You give me an extra layer of work, but I can download the bod earlier and remove it. I can do that. Besides, he's doing a service to the community, but just in case. There we go, Medusa, the Medusa boss fight. See, Ambra, you even got District to understand the severity of what you are doing of scaring people. There's no need for removing. I don't know. I just get a feeling I was so happy for the recordings being here for 15 days. Anyways, I don't think they will read it. They will read it. I wouldn't like to also that they remove your account, that they report you and remove your account, and then you have a different name and I cannot recognize you, my man. You understand that as well? In that sense, you can see that he's fearless. District, you can see that he's fearless, but no, we have a bit of consciousness in that sense with those things. Yeah, I'm scared to do it, even I know nothing will happen. Yeah. Well, in that sense. Oh well, my two shit. Motherfuckers with that shit. There we go, perfect. We appear at the boss fight. Here we go. Medusa. Is this one district, the one you told me about at the beginning of the stream? For the boss rush. This one. Let's see. Okay, this is the one that you wanted. Yes. Okay, let's go. On painful. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Perfect. Perfect. This is the one that you wanted. Okay. Okay. So, let's see what you mentioned that is so interesting about this one. This is the real final boss of Atlantis, you mentioned. That even I skip because of how terrible the level design is that you can skip it. Oh shit. Okay, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay, the mobs. Ah, those electric serpents probably hit me. They are like slow projectiles. Okay, got it. Got it. That one as well. Okay. She does a bit of a movement there. That one probably deals a lot of damage. Guardian. Your skill tree is amazing number, by the way, yeah? What's that? Aha! This is like Calyx's boss fight all over again. It roots you in place. Okay. I'm not able to still keep up the stacks with a single enemy because of my health. It's much better when they do mobs. You could buy lucky bags. Okay. Sorry, I need to focus on the boss fight. I know that for you too, it's child's play, but in my case, interesting part is how there we go. Armor break. Nice dodge there. What's that? She did some kind of movement. Ah, if you destroy it, it doesn't paralyze you. Alright, now is the moment. Let me use all of my health. What's it? Uh-huh. Tricky part. And that one activates and paralyzes you, I see. And that one activates and paralyzes you. Okay, I get it. I see it. There was a red globe there. It's quite original that I was right at the edge. I was right at the edge. What's that one? That one. That one paralyzes you if you don't destroy it. I meant to avoid that. Way too... Triple damage there. My bad. Almost. I'm going to kill myself one of these days with the blood mage. I'm still adapting to it. I think I see a red orb. I need to calculate it appropriately. There we... It's on top of the boss. Oh, I don't think so. Oh, it paralyzed the Guardian. Damn it. Has a melee attack there. Nice. You can't kill yourself with Blood Mage. You bring yourself to 1 HP. For real? Let me try that. Here there shouldn't be any more monsters. You cannot die. Let's go. Is it possible to... sorry, I missed you. Because when someone... Well, the account with chapters and when you could like try Lucky Bugs for... True, it's still possible to do. But only for an hour from making the account. You can't kill yourself with Blood Mage. You can only bring yourself to 1 HP. Let's go. Now rate the fight. I would go this one for a 7. A 7. It's better than the one I rated with a 6. Like the Baylor one. I think the Baylor one was the worst so far. It was just a single mob without any... Well, look about it. About the... Alright, I'm gonna head for bed now. Thank you, Ambra, from the bottom of my heart for visiting today. Good night. Well, hope it is enjoyed. Do you like the analysis? Good night. Then I have to ask you. I wanted to ask you that if you like the analysis, the content that I do, staying here. You never told me that. Well, good night, Ambra. Then you tell me for next time. Keep it in the back of your head for next time. If you like the chat and the analysis and everything. Good night, Ambra. Good night. There, the Polish Council retires. For now, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Deeply appreciate your company. Okay. The boss fight district, you asked me. What I didn't like about this one. That the projectiles were slow. And you had a lot of reaction time to handle them. And compared to the previous one kept me on my toes. It was like the most brutal among the best. While this one, the projectiles were slow, and the paralysis that it did, took a lot of setup from the boss. It took a lot of setup, so this trick, I would say the player has a lot of reaction time that is not required. Like even Heredur demanded more reaction time. This one is like very, very slow. Don't you know if you saw it like that? Like I could avoid the projectiles much easily, much more easily in that sense. I felt like it needed that the boss required a lot of setup to be a threat, because it first had to paralyze you, and then it would be a threat because of the mobs. But Azar, you really had trouble. Yeah, that's why I said Azar was so far the top one, alongside Kalis and Nefertari. But that Azar was the boss, because the reaction times were better. I thought you asked about this one. What I didn't like about Azar, only the influence of the graphic quality on the gameplay mechanics, that the animation of the sonic wave does not represent the real range of it. That's why I gave it 9 out of 10. And this one, it would be a 7 out of 10. So far the lowest one is Baylor. Baylor was like no more. Well, it had the mobs, but no mechanics, nothing at all. Only an icon appeared here, more or less, that the armor would get destroyed. I presume it's not explained to you, to the player, the mechanics in that sense. Sacred Oceanum. That's at the base. So I would say the one with 0 mechanics was Baylor. The worst one, I would give it, I don't know, a 6, or even if I'm even more harsher, a 4 or something like that. If I'm being harsher, this one a 6. And Azar definitely a 9. Kalis as well, a solid 8, I would say, because Azar now is a bit better. Kalis and Nefertari, a solid 8. The mechanical one, a solid 8, or even 7.5 because of the slow reaction times. But so far the Azar one, it had that flaw. 9 out of 10, but it had that flaw of not The sonic wave, the influence of the graphics quality on the gameplay mechanics had a flaw there, if you ask me, because the range wasn't properly measured. It hit me when I was outside of it, so it wasn't properly represented. What I always mention about the psychological impact of the graphics on the... I analyzed this in one of the streams. The psychological impact of the graphics quality on the psychology of the game. Well, for next stream, back to the desert continent. Yeah, without a doubt. Let me wrap up the story here. I know, 4 out of 6. I probably just have to turn it in. Yeah, so we did a boss rush here today. Good, because I could wrap up everything. It was boss rush day, in that sense. Yeah, I have to go back there and keep dealing with those. Well, you still have never met Ender and an Axis district, I think. I know you saw them the other day. I bet then you met everyone in the channel except Crowbar and Pekarin that are from Sacred 2. I think you met pretty much almost everyone. It would be only lacking, well, Keichig visits very few times. He watches them as bots. I think the only ones that you haven't met are precisely Pekarin and Crowbar, that are like my oldest followers from almost more than 1 year ago, like from Sacred 2. And Scarlet Dragoon. Scarlet Dragoon visited... Scarlet Dragoon is the oldest one. Active, in that sense. Keichig is even older. Keichig is from my first year. But I think you met pretty much almost everyone. Almost everyone, I think you met. From Drakensang, all of them, I think. And there are Axis from the other day. Yeah, you were there. Then you had to go, but you were there at the beginning when they joined. In the name of Oceanus allies, thank you. Now we can use the light of the stars to make more allies. More allies mean more protective for us all, and if Atlantis really goes under, we'll band together and be in a new home. Perhaps on Mishra this time. It's still a mystery to me. Medusa opened the Guardian's Gate, but perhaps you can speak to my sister again, tell her what happened. Okay, let's wrap this up. Let's go back to the... What the fuck? Over there. Okay. Let me close the quest. I have to finish this. I can't leave it like this, people. So, as I was mentioning, thanks from the bottom of my heart. Well, this week I have to thank a lot of people to wrap it up. As I said, thanks to, as a wrap up of the week, we will go in order. Thanks to Axis and Ender, especially to Axis for being the founder subscriber of the channel 1 week right after we hit affiliate. Thanks to you, Crowbar, always fine Irish gentleman there in the United Kingdom. My old friend, precisely, there from Sacred 2, that you subscribed 6 months in advance. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am new to all this, so I sadly didn't have the subscriber badges. I will design the subscriber badges for you all during the weekend. I will design the subscriber emotes and the rest of the things that for example, I need to update the offline. That one for later. That will take me more time. The offline time zone message of the channel. Also, as a third surprise of the week, thank you, Pillow, for returning to the stream yesterday. I am glad to see that you didn't hate me in the end, that you just unfollowed because you had to concentrate on all of your things if you are watching. So glad that I hadn't offended you in the end, that it was like that. So it only proves and shows the maturity of the audience. So it was, I'm glad to see you. You were from Spellforce 1. So that was another third glad surprise. And today, of course, thanks to you, District, and to you, Ambra, for your unwavering support and visiting me all the time. The same for Patrick and Flying Energies. That Flying Energies also visited me yesterday with the chat about Star Citizen. Is just that then with with Pillow. I didn't expect it, and call me fine. And well, glad as well, District, that you enjoyed our chat with Pillow. I bet it must have been a spectacle for you because it's not generally usual that that a streamer receives a follower from almost 1 year ago. It was March that he said. It's true, it's March. From almost 1 year ago that returns to the channel. So if it was also enjoyable for you, the politics section, District, I'm also glad for it. You want the truth? Why should I pray to a god who can be controlled with a little help from the Gorga? Yes, I opened the gate. I don't want to watch my home be swallowed up by the sea. Remember, I already drank from the human female's fountain. Okay. Tell you in the sacred ocean about what you learned. Back to base? I presume it's back to base. So, glad for it. Glad that I have mature people watching that don't get easily offended every 2 seconds for everything I say. That's a true blessing. That's a true blessing that I have seldom seen. I am quite happy for Patrick today that he scored all A's in his exams. He's a good student. It makes me feel good that I'm not one of those shitty streamers that make kids stupid, but instead uh, encourage to expand the horizons and precisely um, to be as educated as possible. That's always good because nowadays there's that image that educated people that we are idiots that spend our lives reading books instead of going clubbing and getting drunk and being stupid all the time. So in that sense, it warms my heart that Patrick balances both of those things perfectly, like I had to do back when I was precisely. There's a quest there. Precisely when I was his age, pretty much. Pretty much. Because among so many terrible streamers that encourage stupidity, in that sense, at least I hope that it's at least that my stream creates a climate of valuing those things, like what he said, pretty much. So good. I'm deeply happy because of all of those things. Because so many encourage ignorance, and I love encouraging the opposite. An old British phrase, people. Education rules the nation. To have an illiterate nation is doomed. So yeah, it makes me truly happy. Well, this shit I wanted to... Let me turn in the quest. Let me turn in the quest, please. It's not that hard. Oh, much better. Where's the quest? Was this one? Where is this shit to turn in the quest? Yes, in the next stream I will go back to the desert continent. And I think no, I knew I was forgetting about something. And thanks to Mad Chris, I read it at the beginning of the stream. Thanks to Mad Chris for being the 85th YouTube subscriber from the bottom of my heart. You know that you can subscribe publicly or privately over at YouTube. If it's publicly, I can read your username and display beautiful messages like that one. Finally, as well, thanks to Ambra that he participated, and to you, District, that you two participated the most. This week. I think it was you on Tuesday, Ambra on Wednesday. Or no, Ambra was, I think, last week. Last week he participated a lot, and you here. So thank you for the bottom of my heart to both of you, to the great Flying Energies as well, that he visited me every day with Star Citizen, and I think I covered pretty much everyone, and the Ender, and of course Axis. I cannot forget them ever, because the Ender told Axis to come and he subscribed to the channel. All Polish. So yeah, pretty much. And well, as I said, glad that yesterday the politics chat with Pillow was enjoyable for you, District, as well. That you told Patrick. I think I was at the beginning. I missed in so many messages. You should have seen the politics chat that we had yesterday with Eraser and his old follower. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect for him to come back. It's like there you had the ultimate proof of what you told me at the beginning, precisely, District, that people can unfollow for the most random of reasons. There you had it kind of like in real time happening, that I thought it was for because of other for political reasons, and he told me it was because of he had to concentrate on that case. Well, people, it's from my own city, of course. Having a score and fear, who have to mourn else. I have to protect those who are still alive. We met in the future, knowing that my people will survive the disaster, and there are heroes like you. And you must return now. See you in another 3,500 years. Go back in time and speak to Jibal in Asharia. And now we go back to town, and I can finally wrap it up. Okay, I'll close this quest, people. I'll close this quest. So thanks from the bottom of my heart to all the people that accompanied me this week, to all of the ones that I have mentioned, especially you, District, and Ambra, precisely. That we had a 4-hour chat. Not every stream has that. Everything you told me happened as you say. You never know how much you deal with MEDUSA initiative, but I remember you helped us, and thank you for your effort. And with that, people, we wrap up the hidden Atlantis quest in the boss rush, just like you told me, District. So thanks from the bottom of my heart. We continue the analysis next time, when we dwell deeper into the effects of the resource management economy, of the skill tree, and the abstract complexity of the skill tree on the management, on the resource management of the game after hitting level 50 and being able to play with the Blood Mage, in which we use our health instead of our mana. But we got some important conclusions today, people. This game, as part of the review, it has a constant resource management regarding the mana, but an exponential one regarding the health bar. Because of that disparity, the second talking point today has been that this game remains constant in the pacing of the speed of the combat, because at the end of the day, until you hit level 50 and pick Blood Mage, all of the abilities have the same cost. They have the same cost and the same mana points. So it remains constant, at least for the Mage class. Then at level 50, thanks to Ambra's skill tree, we get the Blood Mage, and it switches the resource management, making it different. Is it good? Is it bad? I think it's an old school trait that this game inherited from Diablo 2, that it tried to be more like Diablo 2 rather than Diablo 3 in that sense at the beginning when it was originally released, because that makes, as a direct consequence, the combat slower, because you either run out of mana very fast, because it's not exponential, you cannot increase it. I cannot, in Diablo, for example, as you have a direct reference, people, you can increase your mana directly with the loot and etc. Here, that part of the gameplay mechanics is intrinsic, at least up to level 50, and because of that, they are fixed costs, and the mana points are fixed as well. So we continue the analysis next week in day number 19. We'll continue analyzing all of the aspects until we hit the final analysis of the game. People, it's been my pleasure, and see you all again next week. Have a great weekend. I will work on everything, the sub badges and everything for next time. Bye bye, people. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.